spotlight, so just kind of pay attention a little bit. Don't want to give any free haircuts. And then just past that on the driver's side, there's another. And right here on the driver's side. All right, folks, well, welcome to the twilight area of our cave. Anybody have any? So if we would turn off all these lights, all you would see would be a little sliver of daylight coming from that door that we just drove through. Raccoons and the squirrels, this is about as far in as they'll go. They're big chickens. So if they can't see their way out, they won't go in any further than this. If you look straight up, you'll see what we call soda straws. Now folks, we would never do this in a million years, but you could break one of those off and actually use it as a soda straw, because they are hollow in the center. Now what happens is water comes down through that limestone ceiling, deposits minerals in that hollow core, and eventually it will solidify. At that point, water goes around the formation instead of through it, and look what you get after many, many years. It evolves into a beautiful stalactite. And here's some cool variations on stalactites. We call these draperies and curtains. I like this angel wing right here. It's pretty cool. And right next door, notice the water just pouring off of the bottom. And it's dripping right on that stalagmite. So from the ceiling down, we've got stalactites. From the ground up, we've got stalagmites. So as we drive through, realize how long these formations have been down in the cave, because most of them have been here for many thousands of years. Now folks, up ahead we've got a formation. We know exactly how old it is. And I want to show it to you because it really illustrates how slowly. Well, folks, I don't know if you've been on a cave tour before where there's been a well casing in the cave, but I highly doubt it. This is the only one that I know of. And like everything else on our tour today, it's got its own bit of unique history attached to it. We've got to go way back to 1941. We had a farmer built a beautiful farmhouse, but he didn't have any water. So he knocked on the door and asked for permission to drill that well. And obviously they granted it because there it is, right? Before they started drilling, they went out and measured, stepped it off, marked it off every way known to mankind. And the bad news is that well casing in life, sometimes when we make a mistake, we can learn from it. This is no exception, certainly. If you look where I've got my spotlight, and hopefully you're not blocked by your position in the tram, but there's a white horseshoe formation there. And if you remember those pretty angel wings I showed you, those are some baby angel wings just starting to grow and develop. So we got it up on a ladder, and we measured from the ceiling down to the bottom of that formation, and folks, it came out to be a whopping 3/4 of 1 inch. Now remember that casing went in the year 1941, so if you want to know how much growth you get in a cave in 76 years, that's all she wrote. So my question for all of you is, if that's 76 years old, how old do you think that column is in front of the G? It's been down here a couple days, hasn't it? Some scientists estimate the age of this cave to be between 2 and 3 million years. The one thing we can all agree on, certainly, is that it's been down here for many thousands and thousands of years. But before I turn those on, I want to turn all the lights off so you can experience total darkness. There's only 2 places in the world where you can experience it. One of them is in a cave. So we might as well take advantage of it. Trying to listen to see if that Jeep's going away or towards. questions real quick before we head on up? Just holler out if you got one. All right, well, let's go on up to the light station. All right, folks, well, these lights that you see on display currently, back in 1887, they ran the entire length of the cave. And believe it or not, they stayed in place all the way through the 1960s as the source of light. So if you took that first Jeep-driven cave tour in 1962, it would have been these light bulbs that would have lit the way for you, and not the light that you currently see. But I tell you what, as promised, tour we would have had to have turned you away because this cave was flooded. The farthest in you could go were the mushroom gardens where we first stopped. Everything in front of that was a lake, ranging from 2 to 6 foot deep. And on our next stop, actually 2 stops now, we're going to go over 2 bridges. We've got an underground cave system that runs directly beneath us, and it runs for 4 miles. It goes 4 miles straight in front of us all the way out to the Springfield airport, and about a half a mile back to the visitor center and down the hill into Indian Springs. Now out there at the airport, sinkholes, and this is our baby sinkhole.
History is filled with great discoveries where only the adventurous dare to go. And whether it was man or dog, the history of Fantastic Caverns has left a distinct impression on the Ozarks. The cave was actually discovered by a hunting dog that chased a small animal into a breach in the rocks.
27th, 1867. All right, all of you that are on the passenger side, look out for this Ozark surprise rock. It will surprise you. Wash your heads, your arms. Folks, welcome to the breakdown. To me, this is one of the coolest rooms in the entire tour. And what happened here thousands of years ago is the original ceiling collapsed. And if you look up closely, you can see 1, 2, 3 distinct layers where that ceiling broke away and came down. So all of this debris and all this rubble in front of you is from those ceiling collapses. And you could spend weeks down here and not see everything there is to see. A couple things that I really enjoy are that huge boulder that got wedged in at a 45-degree angle. It's got stalagmites growing from it now. It's been sitting there for thousands and thousands of years, just like that. And then right up there you've got that huge column. Looks like something straight out of the Roman Empire. Looks like if somebody sneezed, it'd all come tumbling down on you. Now folks, if you wanted to get to the back end of the cave where we just left, the only way used to be you have to go over the top of this ridge and back to the auditorium area. All right, now as we drive through that opening, kind of look straight up because it's real cool. I know you're going to enjoy it. And then we're going to go down a short road into the Hall of the Giants. Folks, well in just a moment I'm going to turn all these lights on so you can take some good pictures of all these beautiful formations. But before that, all right, so it's pretty obvious why they call this area the Hall of the Giants. Home to the largest formations in the tour. If you go way back to when we were talking about 100 years equals an ice cube, there's an awful lot of time represented in this room. Now folks often wonder how we can have all these large beautiful formations right here. Back at the movie theater, the only formation that was back there was the movie screen. Now remember, it was 120 feet below the surface back there. Right now we got 50 foot of dirt above us. All right, folks, well, as we head up the road, everything of interest photo-wise is on your right. Now those of you in the driver's side, kind of watch your heads. We're going to be going through the lowest area.
I wasn't paying attention.
On the driver's side, watch your head on that surprise rock right there. Folks, so as we exit the cave, kind of watch your heads on that rock overhang. It gets low on both sides of the tram.
I love this. I love this.
So it looks like this thing.
Watch your heads, please.